There's a point on the drive where the cell signal fades in and out, and all that's left is the winding road, the towering trees, and the mist rolling in from the Pacific. That's when I knew I was arriving, not just in ucluelet, but in a slower rhythm of life. We just arrived at Nami Project. We're about to get checked in. The day was basically just driving for 2.5 hours at a time. Took the BC ferries over to Nanaimo, and then we did a ton of shopping, like just grocery, got 2 bottles of wine, and we're ready to check out our room. Okay, we just checked into the Nami studio and I wanted to film our reaction because when we opened the door and we saw this incredible view of the ocean, we were like floored, like my jaw was on the ground. I don't think I've ever stayed somewhere so beautiful. They weren't kidding when they talked about the Japanese aesthetics meets Scandinavian interior design, because these owners have nailed it. And we're gonna go enjoy the sun because the weather was supposed to be really rainy, and somehow we got here and we're actually going to be in the sun for the rest of the afternoon. Good morning. I am here on first day or first morning after we slept. I have to say I slept so good last night, and I usually don't say that after I've had 3 glasses of red wine, but I slept like a baby, almost 9 hours. The bed and some sort of like linen material that they have here just felt so perfect. And honestly, like, I've never slept this close to the ocean before, other than one time where we went backcountry camping in Kauai, and we stayed at a campground right near the ocean. But there's something about just like hearing the ocean as you're sleeping. I know I meditate a lot on ocean sounds, and obviously that's pre-made, it's not authentic, but the sound that I'm hearing right now, and I don't know if you can too, the waves are just crashing along the black rocks here, and it just sounded so good that we actually slept with a tiny crack open like this last night, and it was incredible. Of course, this wouldn't be ucluelet without a downpour. Midday, we found safe haven from the hail-like rain at a cafe, a warm refuge from the storm, sipping on a perfectly brewed Americano while watching the rain get heavier by the minute. A moment to pause, to chat, to do one of my favorite things, read Substack, and of course, to watch the world slow down too. We weren't sure if it was in the books to check out Wild Pacific Trail. Luckily for us, it was. The Wild Pacific Trail Lighthouse Loop was as good as they said it would be. Even in the mist, it felt alive. The ocean here doesn't just sit on the horizon. It roars, it pulses, and it reminds you of how small you are in the most humbling, beautiful way. Ucluelet has a way of making even the smallest experiences feel intentional. We just got to Wild Pacific Trail. We're going to be doing kind of like the 3.5 kilometer lighthouse loop. It should be a pretty easy walk in the park. And we finally caught a break from the torrential downpour. Just moments earlier, it was hailing and we had to go into a coffee shop. I'm feeling a lot of deja vu right now because I just found the cafe that I went to with my girls 3 years ago, I think, or actually 4 years ago now, when we went to do a van trip. We did a van trip all over the island, stopped at Ukee, stayed in a campground, and actually we went to get bowls here at Yayu Cafe. And we just caught it before they close, so we're gonna get a bowl and a smoothie and then head back to Nami. After the lighthouse loop, we spent the rest of the day exploring secondhand and gift shops, finding pieces that held stories, that felt aligned with the kind of life that I want to live. Thoughtful, sustainable, and slow. 48 hours wasn't long, but it was enough. Enough to remember that rest isn't something we earn. It's something we all need. Enough to remind myself that slowing down isn't about doing less, but about being more present. Maybe the real takeaway from this trip isn't just about where I stayed. It's about how I choose to move through my days long after I leave. I encourage you to do the same.